really love sharing my teachings, and I love brainstorming. What could I create to actually inspire that and fast track that process? So this seminar that I created, the name of it is called Keep Sucking Until You Succeed. And here we go. All right. All right.
You get an applause just for the title.
Can you see me okay right here? Yeah? That's all right. Okay, keep sucking until you succeed. Now, I've done seminars before on success. I've done seminars before on success, but it really dawned upon me this word success. And what happened is that an epiphany came to my mind. And I realized that a lot of the things in my life, when I attempted to become better at them and try them out, I realized that through those attempts, I actually sucked at them. I sucked at some of the things that I was doing. But what I realized along that process is that I kept at it, I kept attempting it, I kept trying to get better at it, all of a sudden I would hit a breakthrough, and then I would succeed at it. So I really want us to understand this word success. So success. I'm going to put a line right down the middle right here. Success. Now, we pronounce it success, but we don't pronounce it success. The reason why we pronounce it success is because you have to keep sucking until you succeed, which means you have to keep trying hard at doing what you need to accomplish in your life. And so we're going to start it off with a power grid. Now, a power grid is kind of like a Rubik's Cube. So we're going to create a Rubik's Cube right here. You're going to go across. It's going to be 9 squares. And so this 9 square quote is going to start off with this. Making your dreams come true always begins with you. So that's the power grid. So when you really think about your life and wanting to pursue a brand new vision for yourself, wanting to accomplish your dream, always want to remember that your dream always begins with you. And where that begins is really based upon the starting point. So the starting point is we need to create a success tank. So what I would like for you to do is just create a little graphic right here. It's a 3-chamber container. Okay, and then you have some lines right here that go all the way up to 10, 0 to 10 right here. So it's 3 chambers, 1, 2, 3. And in this first chamber, what we're going to put right here is the word inspiration. So that's the first thing that needs to occur if you want your dream to come true. Now, I'm going to read to you a little paragraph about inspiration, and hopefully it's going to inspire you. It comes from one of my teachings right here, Live Your Life Inspired. So I want you to really pay close attention to this paragraph here, because it's going to really kickstart that whole process for you of inspiration, because that's where we need to begin, is inspiration. So the paragraph reads at the very top, what, who inspires you? What and who inspires you? Here we go. When you think of this word inspiration, what goes through your mind? What kind of feelings do you experience when you think of what inspires you? Ponder for a moment on all the people from recorded history and all that are alive now in this present time that are making an impact in this world through their talents, abilities, and skills. From entertainers to painters, from writers to filmmakers, from astronomers to scientists, from your closest friends to your next door neighbors, from your school teachers to your family members and even your pets. think of the vast treasures of literature to read from. Extend this awareness now to all the natural wonders of creation, from the earth to the solar system, from the Milky Way galaxy to the entire universe. Think about all of it together, and then think of how the power of inspiration brings these creations into existence. Now, think of your entire life from age 0 to where you are now. What were the markers on your timeline? The events, the experiences, the ideas that came to you, the people that captured your attention. Can you pinpoint those times when you became filled with inspiration? How is this inspiration affecting you right now? And most importantly, how are you allowing this inspiration to guide your path to where you feel destined to be? How are you allowing it to shape you? How are you allowing it to influence your intentions, desires, and ambitions? How are you allowing your inspiration to unleash dormant forces within your inner potential? So that's the first thing that we need to do. We have to get inspired. So right off over here in the corner right here, we have a pitcher of water. And this pitcher of water is called universal spirit water. So we need to tap into that inspiration. So we need to allow this water to pour into our lives. So just as we were mentioning all of those things that inspire you, whatever it is, it's a what inspires me or a who inspires me, we need to start filling that up. Filling that inspiration up all the way to where it begins to brim. Now in this 3-chamber container, the sides right here are taller than the middle area. So when you become filled with inspiration, what happens is this water is going to start spilling over into the next area. And the next area is what we are going to call imagination. Imagination. So when you are filled with inspiration in your heart and in your body, it reaches up and it captures your mind. And the next thing you know, your mind is just becoming flooded with ideas, flooded with plans, flooded with perhaps inventions or innovations, stuff that you could never possibly imagine before, because this inspiration is beginning to upwell and overtake your imagination. And so when we get to this point of imagination, we really want to start contemplating. And what we want to start contemplating is that we want to begin contemplating ourselves within the conditions that we wish to produce in our lives. So we have to see ourselves there. And we have to kind of imagine ourselves in a completely different reality. And as we begin filling up the imagination, right, this water begins to fill up. And when it fills up all the way up to the 10, guess what happens?
It overflows.
It's going to overflow. And then where it overflows, it's going to overflow into the last area, which is your creation. Yes. This is when we start creating. So what I would like for you to do on this little scale right here so far is, on 0 to 10, I want you to rate your level of inspiration right here, right now. How inspired are you right now with your life? Okay?
Before or after your teaching?
We can go after, yeah,
Okay. So I'm not about it.
or during. And then the next one, imagination. I want to know if your mind is just utterly possessed with your conquest, to the point where you're letting nothing rest until you finish the work that you were put on this earth to do. Okay? Is your mind utterly possessed? And so what we want to realize is that just as Einstein said, imagination is more important than knowledge. Because that's what catapults, that's what projects us into the creative process. That's what gets that engine going. Now, this right here, the last part of the 3 chambers, is the creative process. Now, there's a couple things that we need to really talk about, and this is where we're going to go back to our theme, keep sucking until you succeed. Now, with the process of creating, I just want to share a little story with you on what it means to suck until you succeed. When I started giving seminars, I was asked to speak to at-risk teens. And the first seminar that I did, Mike Miyashiro from Palama Settlement invited me to talk to the teens, and it was my first seminar. And when I walked into the room, there was about 20 teenagers in there, and I had some material. And I can tell you that after the seminar, I realized that my seminar that I did with them just totally sucked. It was really, really bad. I barely made eye contact with them. I wasn't engaging with them, with the group. And I was really nervous. I didn't do good at all. But I kept at it. I did it a month, the next month, and the next month, and the next month, and I did it for 5 years. And as I was doing it over that course of time, all of those little things that I sucked at, I became mindful of. And then as I became mindful of, I was able to change them. And instead of sucking at them, I started succeeding in those areas. What can I be mindful of next time when I do that? And so that's the whole point of our talk today with all of you people out there that are attempting to do something new with your life, and you just want to get going, and you have this fear of sucking at it,
And I think it's good because as long as you're using the sucking as a way to inspire yourself to be better,
correct,
it keeps the cycle going.
It keeps
right?
the cycle going, yeah. And so you're going to hit walls where you're going to get super discouraged. You're going to hit setbacks and disappointments, and you're actually going to hit places in your life where you're going to give up. You're going to quit altogether. And when that happens on this 3-chamber right here, 3-chamber container, your imagination will drop, your inspiration will drop, and all of this will just be dead energy. It's just going to be evaporated. Okay? Mm-hmm. And so that's the very point where you have to get inspired again, where you have to start cultivating the imagination again, and then get back into the game again of creating. So I wrote a couple notes here. So what we really want to do is we want to replace the word failure with suck. So, okay, I sucked at it, but how close are you to succeeding at it if you just keep trying, attempting, and putting yourself out there, keeping yourself in the mix, getting yourself back up after getting knocked down again and again and again? No matter how many times you keep sucking at it, you're going to eventually make a breakthrough and succeed at it. So really look how close your suckiness is moving to you, to your success. Okay? Look how close your suckiness is to success. Okay? These words are merged together for a very specific reason. Because when you hit that breakthrough, you're going to hit momentum. And that's where we're going to go into next. Now, when you're putting yourself in the mix and you're creating and you are relentless and you never give up no matter how many times you keep, getting set back and just, getting depressed, disappointed, obstacles, discouragement, if you realize that all of these are just going no matter what, and it reaches a 30, that it doesn't matter if you fail at it or suck at it, you just keep going. When you hit that point right here, when you hit the 30, what happens is you're going to hit what we call, which we mentioned earlier, is momentum. That's the most important thing that you need to do. So no matter what is happening in your life, if your inspiration is off the charts at 10 plus, if your imagination is off the charts at 10 plus, and if you are relentless with your creativity and it's off the charts with the 10 plus, you are going to hit momentum. And when we hit momentum, we're going into another power grid. So this is the second power grid. When you hit momentum, this is what's going to happen. Momentum fuels passion. Belief inspires vision. Action fulfills dreams. So that's what you have to do. You have to hit momentum. And the only way you're going to do that is through your inspiration, your imagination, and your creation. Keep sucking until you succeed.